we enjoy that moment. And today is probably kind of a manifestations of so many great stories that have come true. There we go. This is a manifestation for a lot of us. A few years ago, we dreamed about making sure that St. Pete can be that tech center for businesses across the world. We wanted to make sure that St. Pete could be seen as a leader and attract the great businesses here. We wanted to create the team that can help do that, to get on the same page. The mayor came quickly to that, helped us start Grow Smarter, and helped us understand what to focus. We created a lot of great things in this community, from the Innovation District, as Allison here, to Arts Warehouse District, and the EDC, JP. But in an EDC format, we were really trying to figure out how can we bring it all together and actually go from not having anything to having some of the best things possible. And that's what this story is. It's about people living up to their dreams, manifesting those dreams, so we're excited. So we're here, you can see the logo, CodeBoxx. They're moving their headquarters here to St. Petersburg. This is Nicholas. You're going to hear a lot more from him in a second, but we've created quite the bond together because we've worked with his team over the last 9 months to really try to understand the brand of CodeBoxx. And you're going to see a video a little later on about the journey of those folks, and you're really going to understand that what JP is really doing is targeting those kind of businesses that fit with the culture of St. Pete. You know how we say every great conversation starts with or ends with, I love St. Pete, right? That's what this company already does, and that's why it's a good fit. So let me introduce my first partner in this, which is JP Dubuque. He is the president of EDC, president and CEO of the EDC. He started this whole thing for us. JP, please.
Well, thank you. So first of all, a big thank you to Nicholas for making the right decision. But I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of background on this. I also have to thank one other person in this room, my new friend Marco in the back there. So about a year ago, I got a phone call from Marco, and he said, "So we're thinking about moving to Tampa, and we were told that you understand St. Pete." And I said, "You're moving where?" And so from that came a lot of discussions. We brought these folks to town. They came for a great visit. And when I got to meet Nicholas and Meg and Marco in person, I knew that they were interested in making sure that the business was going to be able to succeed. But I also found out that they were most interested in making sure they could be part of something that was bigger, part of really making someplace a great community and giving back. And I knew they had to be here in St. Petersburg, because that's what we are about. Making sure that not just the folks who get to stand up here that represent the organizations and institutions, but all of you who represent individual businesses that want to make sure that CodeBoxx and all the other businesses in St. Pete are successful. So, Nicholas, thank you very much for making the right decision, and know that we are all here, this whole group is here to support you as much as we can to make sure you're as successful as possible.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend, and well done, and congratulations. All right, so another person I want to introduce is because when he got into our market, he really lit the fire about, can't we do more for the tech and entrepreneur community? Can't we envision things like this coming to fruition to us? Unfortunately, you might hear he's leaving, right? He'll be leaving to go to California, so he's going to leave our market. He's still my chair for one last meeting. I think this is the time where I should just say hello and thank you to him. But I'd love to introduce our chair of the St. Pete Chamber, Sri Sundaram from USF.
Thank you.
You're bringing the right people here, right? So, first of all, welcome Nicholas and to the entire CodeBoxx team. This is a very special community. As Chris said, I've been here only for 5 years, but what you see here is what makes it special. You have the chamber, the mayor, the EDC, community partners like Herb and others. That's what's special about it, and that's what you're going to enjoy, and I think you know already that. So I don't have to say more. But what is great about CodeBoxx being here is that the aggregation of talent that we need in this community. This is a community that's flourishing with financial services, with technology, data, so the right kind of talent, but also you're going to be creating talent that's going to have a high level of standard of living. So from that perspective, I'm very thankful, and on behalf of the Chamber, I'm very grateful that you're here. welcome again, and you'll have a fantastic time. I'm coming back, so.
So you can see the community loves you, and that's the business community, but also we've got a government that loves business too. And we've been on this journey for the last 7.5 years to ensure that we're the best place on earth for small businesses and all businesses. And I think we're almost there. And we still got a little bit of work to do every day, and we get up every morning. But it's great to have a partner like this. He's my mayor, he's your mayor, Mayor Rick Reisman.
Wow, I am so thrilled to be here, and Chris talked about how many ribbon cuttings we get to do, and it's one of the best parts of my job is getting to do ribbon cuttings because they are celebrations. Sometimes we're celebrating a family that's opened a business, and sometimes we're celebrating a business that has searched throughout the country and decided that St. Pete's the place they want to be. And what makes it an even better celebration, and you've heard that from Chris and from JP and from Sri, is that this company, CodeBoxx, and the people that work here, Nicholas, Meg, Marco, everybody on your team, what you bring here is a culture that fits. And that's what we look for in the businesses that come to St. Petersburg, that we want to attract to St. Petersburg, are people who are like-minded and fit this culture. A little bit funky, a little bit fun, a little cool, a little crazy, but celebrate diversity, celebrate tolerance, are welcoming, and everybody feels welcome. And the minute I met you, I met Meg, it was just this instant connection. And it was like, God, I want these guys here because of what they offer, our Grow Smarter strategies, being able to attract other businesses because now we have educated workforce that you guys will be providing. I want you here. And when I heard you guys were coming, it was like, woohoo, celebration time. And that's what today is. So, as I always like to say on behalf of the 270,000 residents of St. Petersburg, we want to say thank you. You could have chosen anywhere. You chose St. Petersburg, and you've made it clear to us that you want to make a mark on the city, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It does feel good to see some of that come to fruition, doesn't it, Mayor?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so we worked hard together, and it's good to see that. All right, so we're going to do a couple other things. First, how about the center, the Thrive Center? Isn't it pretty awesome, right? And this is we don't have anyone here to say any words about this, but this is a place that I feel like is going to be a hub for a lot of this activity, because you've got CodeBoxx here, you've got some other great businesses scattered throughout this property, and you'll also have the Chamber of Commerce located here now as well to assist with business support services, trying to disconnect members and cohorts and peer groups as well. So please be looking out for more about how this becomes a hub for more and more activity, okay? So now what I'm gonna do, because this is a multimedia kind of a display, I'm gonna ask you to, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn about that journey that somebody takes to understand what CodeBoxx, how to define CodeBoxx. So you're gonna hear that, and then we're gonna introduce Nicholas and get going here. So please watch.
I made bakeries for about 10 years, and I got just physically tired of working in kitchens. It was very strenuous, like on my body. So I'm looking to switch fields, and I began looking at programs, short career training programs, and CodeBoxx was top of the list. I was an immigrant, I am a woman, I have no background. They were like welcoming me, like fully with smile and helpful people, and it was amazing.
When I started CodeBoxx, that's when I was so proud to tell my friends, this is perfect for me, this is what I want to do with my life. I'm always learning, and I always have something to learn with actual programming, so I actually found my way of life.
We're right now like in the second industrial revolution, right? Everything is being automated. The landscape of the workspace is changing. I never regret I became a developer because I'm waking up every day. I'm loving my job, which is not even a job. It's joy every day. Now I'm working for eBay, and I think we have a really great impact because the people, the partner of eBay who will use this program, it will make their life much easier. If I hadn't signed up for CodeBoxx, I would be unemployed, considering the hit that the service industry has taken. I had chosen pastry previously the same way that I had chosen coding for the reason that I'm not happy unless I'm creating something. I have no regrets that I took the program. Like, I'm very grateful that I decided to go with CodeBoxx. It was the best option.
One of the true joys of leadership is to see people realize things that they didn't believe they could achieve. And it's really rewarding. And over the past 3 years since we founded CodeBoxx, and especially over the past year with everything that we've been through, that joy is the one thing I experience the most often. And it's so rewarding and it never goes away. And CodeBoxx, you need to see it, and I hope you perceive it as an experiment that worked, that deserves to be, that deliver its full potential and deliver help over, like, to as many communities as we can. And the reason we picked St. to make something explode, we have momentum and we have shared values. What I've seen here changed my entire perception of what we can expect of communities, changed my entire perception of what we can expect from government. And there was no doubt to us that it had to be here. And we are here today because of one very strong word that is at the baseline of what CodeBoxx is about. And it's about belief. Belief is at the root of everything that CodeBoxx stands for. It's a community of people believing in themselves, believing that they can change their life, believing that they're smart and they can get through a very intensive program, believing in us that we're going to get the job after, that they're going to get this career that is so far down the line. It's 4 months away. They believe us when we tell them, you need to have a conversation with your loved ones. Don't start this program without making a deal with the people you love, because they're not going to hear about you for the next 4 months. It's about believing that the technology industry is pragmatic enough to wrap their head around a new kind of developer, a new generation of technologists. Not from my generation, not from 20 years ago where everything had to be invented. We had to code everything. We had to store everything. We had to build everything. I'm from a generation where technology, it was fault tolerant. Like, you go on a website, you get a 404, actually just come back later. But now, Google is down for 30 minutes, it makes the news. Netflix 7 years ago went down on the 24th of December, and we still talk about it every 24th of December since then. Our industry, technology, has evolved into that state where perfection is the standard. And this new generation of developers, they need to live up to that standard. They need to stand out. So we needed to provide them with more than just skills to learn how to work on the blockchain, or to learn 6 languages, or to work with the 10 best APIs of the market. They needed soft skills. They needed to learn how to behave in a meeting. They needed to learn how to be humble and coachable. They needed to learn how to be operational day one and how to seek excellence in execution so that they don't put their teammates in trouble and their businesses on a stalled situation. So this is what was missing in my view to my industry. And I've been a victim of it for years. So I hope you see and perceive CodeBoxx as an answer to this thing I thought was broken in my industry. And the fact that we can fix it with people from our neighborhoods, with our neighbors, with our communities. That discovery I've made 3 years ago is that smart is everywhere. And what you need is you need to nurture it. And you need to get them to believe. And once you believe, everything becomes possible. And we have today one of the person who believed in me the earliest. And none of this here is happening if Denis Labelle is not here with us. Denis is an early believer in CodeBoxx. He believed early in me. Denis is one of the most successful and nicest self-made man I've ever known. And we're not here today if you didn't invite me here so I can discover about St. Pete, about the West Florida. We're not here if you didn't invest in CodeBoxx in the early days. So I'm extremely grateful, and there's a very special place in history for those who believed in CodeBoxx early on. And you are now part of this family. You are part of those who saw CodeBoxx for what it was, year 3. So when we look back 10 years from now, with so many campuses open, so many lives turned around, with our industry looking better, because we will have brought a little bit more balance into what we can expect or we can hope out of technology, we'll be able to say mission accomplished. For now, we just double down. And this is a very special moment today because 3 years ago, there was this event in our first campus, and there was just Marc-Olivier and Nadia with us. And now, Nadia is in Quebec City. She's stuck there. Should have been here. She feels terrible right now. I hope we can all have a thought for her. And she is the reason why we're here today too, because she believed in us really, really early. She's a co-founder of us. And since that kernel got created, and since that momentum started spinning up, amazing people started joining the team. And this is how we make this thing great, is by having experienced people, and we have all one thing in common. We all abandoned something. We all gave up something to be part of this endeavor. Every single member of the executive team at CodeBoxx has given up a career, an engagement, amazing momentum on success. They said, my impact from now on is here. And I want to thank them too. So this is why this thing's going to work. And this is why we're going to do amazing things for your community. And it's only the beginning. And I thank you for being part of it tonight.
All right, so here's what. So first of all, wait, let's move it up a little closer. First of all, does that feel good? Everybody feel good right now? You guys love St. Pete? Okay. So thank you all for coming out. The only other thing I'd say is this is why we love entrepreneurs, because they can cure the world, right? This is why we take care of them. But I would also say if you're watching on video or in this room and you have that next dream too, the mayor and I and JP are ready for the next one. Because we keep doing this every day. So let's make the next dream come true as well as part of this. So let's do this. Well, we're going to do something. We're going to just pose. All right? So just straight ahead. Pose for a second.
So Irv, you're cutting the ribbon with us because Irv is the investor who's believing in CodeBoxx in St. Pete. CodeBoxx is a really weird beast. It takes a long time to wrap your head around it and understand all the ramifications and the revenue streams. And this is it fits because you guys take the time to make it right. And that's why I was glad to have Irv come with us as an investor.
On behalf of the board of directors of CodeBoxx, thank you so much, St. Pete.
He's ready. All right. On the count of three, let's do this thing. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all for coming out. The CodeBoxx team is here. They want to be introduced so that if you have any questions specific, you want to go check out the whole property. The folks at Thrive would love for you to see that.